That's what I'm talking about, man. Just a little fire up music, just like we fire up the grills. We're ready to go. That's how we do it each and every week. We appreciate anybody and everybody that tunes in and joins this live broadcast because this is what we do, man. This is a pastime for us. It's a hobby for us. Obviously, we'd love this thing to be full time, but it's not. It's not full time, and it's an outlet that we get to come each week, talk about barbecue, talk about our lives. We get to share in the wins, sharing the fails, in barbecue because it helps each and every person out there get just a little bit better. What do you think about that, John?
100%. Would you say this is your favorite hour of your week?
Yeah, man.
Wow,
Well,
that's fucked up. I
yeah.
got kids, man. So
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
definitely not my
it's-
favorite. I like it. I have a lot of fun here.
Okay,
But
I feel like
the fact
you
you
set me
say
up.
that,
Yeah, you set him up, bro.
Damn, bro, you set me up like that. Yeah, man. This is my favorite hour of hanging out with my friends, and just it's the camaraderie. It's the next best thing to a competition. So that's
Agreed.
that's what this is for me.
Agreed. Yeah, I love it. Love getting to talk to people.
Yeah, man.
Pit Life is in the house. He said, "What's up, brothers?"
What's
going on?
up?
Johnny
Let's
Mags.
go.
Let's go, man.
Got to talk with him a little bit today. We were tentatively set up to jump on his show with him in May. So we'll get more information on that once it's all set in stone.
Dude, can't wait, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's
Probably should talk to Raul about that too.
That's
Hey,
badass.
I'm here for you guys.
yeah. Come on, that's badass.
Yeah.
Hey, is anybody having any libations today? We're just talking about that. We just had a live going, and the one of the drinks that came out was the Crown Apple and Coke is a go to, just a one single drink, right?
Mhm.
Just one to say, hey, you know what? I'm home. I'm shedding the work off of me, and it's just a good way to just segue into what's for dinner. You know what I mean? You get home, it's like you get home, you have a drink, and then your next question is, what's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
Hey,
Get
Hey,
in
can-
that kitchen and make me
yeah.
something.
make me a sandwich. No,
That's messed up. Why would
that
you
is
say that?
super messed up.
Oh.
It's not really, if you think about it. It's just a way of life, really.
Obviously, James is not here. James is out
Right?
doing something.
Volunteering.
Oh, you had to say.
If I have to hear about one more freaking day that James volunteers, that doesn't listen, James is. You know what's volunteering with James? It's his damn liver and his kidneys.
Right.
Those
yeah.
are volunteering. James is just there. He's going through the motions and just power hour.
He ain't
Right?
doing it for the kids. He's doing it for the beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know it.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, he
I
wants.
believe otherwise.
Yeah.
I
Well-
believe he's doing it for the kids.
Yeah, 'cause you got a good soul,
Yeah.
Rahul.
Yeah.
You're not jaded
No,
yet.
he's gullible.
Yeah. Right. He doesn't know.
Naive, I think is the word.
Jesus, man. Oh man, it's been a crazy week, man. I just flew in. I've been in town now a couple of hours. So this is I made it home for about 20 minutes, and I was like, nah, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go, man. I'm on the run.
You want them touch and go landing?
Yeah, man. This has been a wild week. But I would say, man, I had a very unique experience. I took a client out on I guess it was Monday night, and dude, went to this Korean barbecue place that's like this up and coming place in North Carolina, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was good. It was, they do a Korean barbecue infusion. They actually do a Texas style barbecue there as well, which is
Okay. Was it good?
it's kind of just no,
No,
no, it
Okay.
didn't. It missed. Yeah, but
Say the name.
no, I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not
That's
gonna
fine.
do that.
He'll bleep it out. Go ahead.
Nope. No, you won't. But
I'm ready.
right. No. Hey, bro, you're too late. But I will say, John, that I looked on the menu prices, and they had this Texas style beef rib, right? This
Mhm.
dino rib that they're selling, and it said market price. I was like, damn, okay, what is that? I mean, what does that cost, right? I didn't ask any questions. I ordered my food.
Ooh.
And I walked around the counter, and they had another billboard up or a sign up that had their food and their prices up, right?
Mhm.
I look up one dino rib, $45.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
Hey.
I would guess probably at least 35.
I'm saying $45 for one beef rib. Who's paying that?
How big is it?
Is there anybody that's listening right now that would say, yes, I would definitely, I'm definitely jumping on that.
That's tough. It's a tough sell for sure.
45 and then you're like, and you're at a Korean barbecue spot that's selling a Texas barbecue rib. You're
Yeah,
like,
I'm not doing it there.
What?
I'm just saying there's some places maybe that I would go to that I would be,
Yeah.
and if they're known for that, that's their thing. And I might pull the trigger on that, but yeah, no, I'm not walking into some Korean barbecue joint and being like, yeah, I'll have a
I'm not doing it.
$50 beef rib.
there's
I'm
not there's not too many places I asked for a military discount, but that would have been one of them.
Right. Yeah, my boy Raul's like, hey man,
Pretty sure Jan asked for
active
it, so.
military, yes. Okay, senior citizen, okay, yes. How about just being special needs? Yes, okay, perfect. I mean, like, dude, there's no freaking way I'm paying $45 for one beef rib. It ain't happening. Not in this lifetime, not in the next lifetime. Sorry. I'm just saying.
So
dude.
what did you get?
It threw me off, man. No, I had some I had what is it? I had
Beef
some
ribs.
I had some bang bang shrimp, which is freaking phenomenal. I did some tacos. I did it was a
They had tacos.
yeah, man. Everybody's had tacos. It was a oh damn,
The
dude. Pork,
Korean barbecue tacos.
it was a pork belly taco with a soy and whatever seasoning sauce. Whatever. It was good. It really
That
was
actually
good.
sounds good.
It was good.
What kind of tortilla are they putting that on?
That was on a flour tortilla. And I think it could have hit better on a corn tortilla.
It just seems weird that it's like a Asian fusion barbecue that has tacos.
No, I know, man. Yeah.
Just,
I've never went to a Korean place and like, hey, can I have a taco?
right.
Yeah, I know.
What's your best taco?
Yeah. So and then I ordered we ordered the fries, but they were, dang man, I'm bad with the names they had because I was like, I'm sure they're common ingredients. I just don't. I'm not familiar with them. But the fries were legit. But yeah, I mean, it was just like if you tried the meat one on one, like a pair, not with all the sauce and not with all the whatever
Mhm.
on its own, it just was like okay, yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, that's some.
I got you.
That's some pork.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And like they did like this the pork butt thing or whatever else. And I was like, yeah, I get North Carolina. That's what your guys are known for, right? Is the pork. But it was just sub.
I feel like you were in North Carolina for this.
Yeah.
That just sounds so bizarre to me.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm in North Carolina and nobody's paying $45 for a North Carolinian
It's probably the only place to have beef ribs in North Carolina.
beef rib
They mostly have pork,
for
right?
$45. I'm just I don't know. I saw that and I was just like, they had this one thing. It was kind of cool. You could get on like on stuffed animal and it had like roller skates underneath it. And you could ride the damn thing around the place. I didn't do it, but
Should did it.
I should have done it. But
Was this a strip club, bro?
yeah, I mean,
I
well,
feel like that's not a Korean restaurant.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, there were people dancing in the background.
Everybody wanted tips. It's
Right.
weird.
Everybody was dancing in the background, and yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I'm just saying, man, that was just a weird, bizarre experience. You know, the food was good, and you know, our host Nicole was amazing, and with finding the spot, and it just, you know, what we ordered was good. I just wouldn't have ordered some of the things on the menu. I don't think it would have been great. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well,
So.
it sounds like you had a nice time anyway.
I did. I had a great time.
You were just a little offended by the price of the beef rib.
Yeah, man. Who can afford that these days?
It's true. Now with eggs being $4 for
Exactly.
an egg, it's
Exactly.
crazy. It's crazy. I heard we're going to be importing eggs. Did you
We
hear
are.
this? Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're not importing eggs.
No, that's what they said.
Okay, maybe we are.
They said
I'm going to import from my backyard.
they're
That's what
trying
I'm
to
gonna
get
do.
70,000 or 70,000 to 100,000. I don't remember. It was a big freaking number in the next couple of months. Yeah.
I feel like that's just not going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
I missed you guys last week. You guys had Rob on. That went pretty smooth. Went great.
Yeah, man. Rob was great, man. He came in. We had a great episode. We really didn't miss you. James and I looked at each other. Was like, does John even need to be on the show anymore?
I'm sure
I
you
don't
did say that.
don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, So there is.
Yeah, if I wasn't,
Jesus.
that show, no one would ever see it because no one would post it.
That's right. That's how this works.
That's how I keep myself.
That's how this
in
works.
it. In like Schwinn,
Mhm.
as they say. People say that. I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Yeah.
Somebody says it somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyways, I went back and watched it. I tried to jump on, but I was at the Four Seasons in Cabo, so it was really hard to cut away
Right.
to watch the little show or whatever. But
Great. Yeah.
Did you hear us talking shit about you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I definitely did when I went back.
He was
I
at
appreciate
dinner.
that.
Hey, Roll. He was at dinner, and he had to sneak away to see what we're doing. That's how much he missed
I was
us.
just making sure y'all made it on the air.
He was just missing us.
Yeah,
That's what it.
wanted to make sure.
That's what that's about. Yeah.
But yeah, the Cabo was freaking great. It was sunny. It was like almost every day was gorgeous, pushing 80 degrees. Got a little sunburn. I'm okay now. The food was weird, man. It was really, really good, but it was just I don't know. I guess I'm not cut out for fancy food. Like I ordered the lobster fettuccine one night.
Yeah.
The fettuccine was black. It was like a whole lobster tail that they just sliced up, and then laying next to it was some fettuccine, but it was like, I don't know if they used like the squid ink stuff or something.
Yeah, probably.
But it was
Yeah.
it was weird. It tasted okay, but honestly, if I'm ordering fettuccine something, I'm expecting a bowl like the size of, a big bowl. And it was not a big bowl. It was a small plate with a lobster tail and some
Damn.
fettuccine. It was good. And we didn't really have to pay for anything, which is great. And I drank a lot, which was good too.
Well, it's
I
good
had
for
a
your.
time.
It's good for your one kidney.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I actually had my kidney checked the other day, and it's doing stellar. So
Really?
yeah, I was excited,
Dude.
a little relieved.
You're like, man, I really put it through its paces this year. I just don't know.
Brother, I have not had it checked since about a year after my
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I'm really supposed to do it every year, and it's been 7 years. So, but
Okay.
it was good.
Fingers
Everything was
crossed.
Good.
Fingers crossed, John, to make it in one more year. Let's just put a fund together for John.
Yeah, what's the over under?
Yeah, well, I'll take the under. So, yeah.
You're an asshole.
Hey, listen, tonight we've got our boy Malcom Reed coming on here in about 17 minutes, 16 minutes, which is going to be phenomenal. How to barbecue right. It's always a pleasure to talk to him. I can't believe he said yes twice.
Oh man, he must not remember the first.
No,
time.
I know he might have been a little faded or something.
Yeah, we were.
Time. So that's what time heals all wounds, and that's what I've kind of figured about this, because he said yes, sign me back up. Let's get back on this show. So it's going to be great just to get with him, ask him questions. If you guys have any questions for Malcom Reed, or just want to just learn how to barbecue right, let us know. Hit us up when he's on. Ask the questions. We'll funnel them through.
I don't think you can say that.
Yeah, I can say whatever I want.
I think it's copyrighted. You probably owe him some money or something.
I can say whatever I want to say
every time you say that.
Yeah. That's fine.
Anyways, okay. Shall we jump into some hot off the grill barbecue news?
Let's go.
That's better. That first one was a little short. I think you finished early on that one, Raul.
Yeah. Well, we've all been there, haven't we, Roll?
Story of my
Right.
life, man.
All right. Our boy Tony Ramirez, TFTI Barbecue. He's got a new cookbook coming out. Releases May 6th. Pre-orders are available now on Amazon. I don't know if you've seen anything about this. He posted a couple videos. Backyard barbecue with fire and spice, but Tony Ramirez. And it's got all kinds of cool recipes in there. I haven't got to look at it, obviously, because it's not out yet, but he went over it a little bit. Filipino, Cajun, wings, party food, all kinds of different sections in this book that are, they sound amazing. I'm sure it's going to be good, because if you've watched any of his videos, they're always killer.
That's badass.
Yeah.
No, he's a great dude. Obviously, big fan, and we've kind of watched him kind of grow through this process. Killer videos, man. His videos are spot on.
That's money.
Yeah. And then he's got a badass catchphrase, right? So
That's what we need.
yeah. I mean,
Can we come up with something like
yeah.
that?
What do you want to think of?
I don't know. Smoke on.
Okay. See, now you're channeling Alex. Where's Alex at?
Damn it, where is Alex?
It's bullshit.
Anyways, yeah. So jump on Amazon, pre-order yours now, and be happy you did. Next up, Smoke Slam. If you want to get in on that, if you want to get your team out there registered and win some of that huge freaking purse, tough shit. They're sold out. They're sold out for team registrations. Yeah. There's no more. There's no more room for teams. So you can still go out there and support and walk around and do all the stuff because I'm sure they got lots of stuff going on out there. But you cannot compete this year.
Well, listen, you say that, but I feel like if you want to maybe enter in a pool with us, it's $500 per person. We will get you a spot out there, guaranteed. We may have to DQ a few teams, but we're not above that.
Yes, yeah, we're actually not. We're going to need more than 500 person because I'm pretty sure it costs more than that, Tanner. Actually, there's another competition right there in the same city going on the same weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah, it's a
little competition.
Memphis in May. That's one of the big ones. So actually, I don't know if they're still taking registrations or not, but you should look into it. Not you, but whoever's still interested in cooking out there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's going to be a great experience. They're starting their kids queue out there this year. We had an opportunity to have is it Kevin? Yeah, Kevin on when we were over at the shed barbecue, and just kind of unveiled that. Excuse me, that night. So kids queue, obviously they've got big purses, and this is a legacy cook-off. This is one that's been around for a long time. It's one to hang your hat on if you can win the damn thing, which is unbelievably hard. So yeah, I mean, that's to me is just an awesome event, and yeah, that definitely. I'm proud of both these groups for just there's been a little turmoil here and there, and there's been some changes, but this is just it's just anytime we get to get out and barbecue, hang out with our friends, it's a good day.
100%. That's all I got for the hot off the grill barbecue news. But we do have a mail call.
Ooh,
should we open up some mail?
We did. Let's do this. Who do we have?
You've got the package over there. I'm going to need you to go ahead and bust it open.
Okay.
Actually, I did write it down. I think Nate's Smokehouse, and I think he sent us like a lot of stuff. So
Nate's Smokehouse barbecue blends, all-purpose rub. There it is. Booyah. We've got the smoky orchard. That's gonna be good right there. That sounds good.
Well, it does sound good.
Yeah, it's gonna have
little apple action.
Probably, yes. He's got a bunch in here. Shit. Let's go. We've got the Blue Ridge hot honey. The Blue Ridge, just the honey.
Oh,
so if you don't like the hot,
I like them hot.
Yeah. Well, we all like them. We all like dimes. The Sweet Amber Fire and the Lone Star Smoke. Booyah.
That one looks like maybe it's got like the thicker cracked pepper or something in there. Maybe
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's the beef rub.
Yep.
We'll try them out. We'll put them through paces, and we'll let you know.
Yeah, that's the deal, and hopefully we'll get a little feedback, just saying, hey, is there any pairing you want to do with this? You want to let it sit on its own? Are we smoking? Are we grilling? These are all questions we're going to ask. But if they live up to the hype, we'll let you know, and we'll rate it good. If not,
we'll run it through.
We're going to roast him. We're going to roast this dude so hard. He's never even going to come back to us. He's going to hate us. No, I'm just kidding. But no, listen, hey, thank you so much for sharing this with us. Cannot wait to test these and just try the flavor profiles you guys have put together. So that's awesome. Thank you guys.
100. We've got you guys drink beer without me last week. I was almost offended. I thought maybe you guys would just not do a beer review because I wasn't here.
Okay.
That was not the case.
Does not know. The show must go on. That's how this is.
And you guys rated that beer really high, which makes me think it probably wasn't that good.
It was a good beer.
Did you see the beer?
Yeah, it was the McLovin or something.
Yeah.
I kind of want it.
McLovin.
Well, we've got a beer from a classic Texas brewery tonight. You picked it out. You paid for it. I carried it out to the truck. This is from Shiner, and this is their sea salt and lime. I don't know. Is that a lager? I don't know.
Yep, yeah, probably.
Citrus lager. There you go.
This is 4.0. So it's 4.0 percent alcohol by volume. I feel like Shiner could come out with a little, something a little bit more than that. That would be nice. But yeah, this is we've done a couple of these sea salts, or maybe one. I think Mandela put one out. and we had it. I thought it was good. So yeah, let's get into this one.
Yeah, this is the grabbing the brisket.
Beer of you. Oh yeah, man, this is
Looks like a lager.
looks like a lager. Looks like that old Coors Light I've been drinking. Cheers.
Let's go. Mm. Okay. That's good. It tastes like a lager. You getting any citrus at all?
Yeah,
A little bit?
yeah, a little citrus in the back end.
Definitely getting some salt.
That's good. That's really good.
That's pretty good.
Damn, I didn't expect it to be that good.
Yep. We're not going to score this yet, guys. We're going to save that for the end, but we are going to drink it. And there's some more in this. I might actually drink another one of these.
Yeah. So this citrus lager here, it says all the time, so easy to drink. We made it available all year round. This refreshing and seasonable brew is made with real lime peel, artisanal sea salt, and to keep things interesting, perfect for outdoor patios, indoor sofas, or anywhere you want to sit back and relax. Dude, I'm not mad
This
at
is
this.
pretty tasty.
This is a good beer, man. This
This
is
feels like
legit.
summertime,
It does, doesn't it?
right?
Yeah.
Wish I had a kiddie pool.
Okay. Yeah. Or a real pool.
Yeah, or a real pool. Either one would be great, actually.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I was rich.
Wish I had my kiddie pool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was weird. We've already got Malcolm in the green room. I don't know if you want to go ahead and
Is he in?
he's in there, man. We can do this thing. He's
Let's
ready.
go.
We're ready.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What is up, brother? How are you?
Man, I'm fantastic, man. Show's looking
Man.
great.
I'm telling you what, man, just hearing you say what's up, guys. I mean, I've heard your voice so many times.
Right?
It's so cool hearing it this way. And thank you so much for I guess we duped you into it, but saying yes a second time to come on the show. It's a complete honor, man. So how the hell you been doing?
Man, I've been fantastic, man. It's good to be back and join you guys, man. You know, it's warming up here in Mississippi, so it's time to do some cooking.
Man, you ain't wrong. I just flew in from North Carolina, and the weather's been beautiful, man. It's been a little cool in the evenings, it's a little warm, 70, 75 in the day or somewhere around there, but it's been a good weather week. Just in general for where I was. I'm not sure about you, but I feel like it would be pretty good. Yeah, man. I mean, this is what it is. It's like right now the Houston barbecue cook-off is going on this weekend, and we're expecting great weather for this. But you're exactly right. This is the time right now to start dusting off in the South, right? Start dusting off the cold weather. Get out there, start lighting the pits, and we've got 9 more months now. You know.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it, man. It's been a long winter. You know, I hadn't really been cooped up. I've been out doing a little hunting here and there, and cooking some. And we fired our videos up. We always fire back up around Super Bowl, but now it gets to be back in that weekly grind and just churning out stuff and getting to fire up the pits, and that gets me excited.
I was going to ask, so you guys do take a little bit of a break then? Around the holidays or something?
Yeah, we usually do. We slow down a little. Just on the barbecue side of things, I kind of got this hunting thing going too. So I've got another group that I do some content with, and we've been cooking down at deer camp and all that stuff. So I hadn't really stopped. I don't never stop. I take a little break from the barbecue content just to give folks a break, so they didn't always see my face on. You got to slow down a little bit.
Man, you're exactly right. I was sitting in out of town this week, and I was going through the camera roll, and I just looking at, you kind of go through your pictures, and each picture brings you back to a different event. And I looked back over the last couple of years, and I was like, man, we have been on the grind for 2 years, just steady Eddie, just event here, event there, podcast here, trips, vacations. With everybody, it's all centered around barbecue and food, and I don't know, man. It's like it's just a crazy experience that we went through by taking a left versus a right in life. We were historically just a barbecue team that just needed a little outlet because we weren't able to barbecue. And here we are today. And I was going to ask you, um, did you ever see this coming? When you first got started doing this, you're cooking some ribs and you're so personable. But you're cooking on the back patio, you're grilling something, you're shooting a video and you're putting it out there. Did you ever see this?
No, it's it's really it's unbelievable because I've always loved cooking, and it was always just that's what me and my buddies did.
Yeah.
We would hang out, we drink beer, and we like to throw stuff on the grill, and we love competitions. We had local competition, and so I got caught up in that. And then before you know it, you're gone every week, and you're cooking all the time. And then, if it hadn't been for Rochelle, my wife, I know I wouldn't be doing all the social media stuff. I never would be, you know, uh, as big as we are now. But I'd still be cooking. I guarantee it. I'd still be
Yeah.
doing all that. I'd just be working a real job. I wouldn't be getting to do what I love.
Man, that's amazing. See, that's what we got to do. We got to quit our jobs, John.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
If we just quit our jobs, it'll work out.
Okay. You
Malcom,
tell
You
my
have
wife.
to make it work out. I mean,
That's what I'm
if you got to pay that light bill, you got to figure out a way to do it.
Right. That's it. That's it. Malcolm said so. I'm gonna go home and tell my wife tonight. Malcolm said we got to quit our jobs. All right.
Don't put that on me, man.
Right. Exactly. So you say you're back to the grind. What does that look like? How many videos are you guys putting out a week, or how much content are you trying to put out every week?
Well, so like for instance, this is my third podcast today. So I did two this morning, or one this morning, one around lunch, and I had you guys tonight. But in our weekly schedules, I always do at least 2 a week. Usually I don't do them on the same day, but then I add a third because I do shows like this one, and I'm a regular on Greg Rempe's once a month. So I've got other podcasts that I jump on and just do segments on. But our content, we usually try to film ours. We run basically like a 2 week schedule. So one week will be long form content. So I'll take a day and I'll make the YouTube videos, the ones that are going over 7 minutes, things like that, and then we'll try to. On that long form week, we always try to have a few short forms in mind where we're going to clip out or we're going to use something to promo them. So we're always capturing content that way. And then on short form week, that's my TikTok, my reels, all the short stuff. I may do 5 or 6 videos that week. So, and then we basically rotate those schedules. So every week I'm doing one or the other. And we space out our year like that. We sit down in January. We kind of map out what we're going to do. I'll start with the list of ideas I have, where I want to plug them in for what dates. Usually it's around holidays or times of year where I know in the past that certain style videos have done pretty good just by the the views that we've had on them. And I'll kind of plan out new stuff that I want to try. And then it also gives me some room to play too. If something pops in my head and I want to try it, I'll just do something new. But it's always like on a schedule. And we found, man, if you stay on schedule like that, it just helps it flow better. And with us, I've got a few guys that work for me now, camera guys and editors and things like that. It keeps them on track so we can task everything out. And we just always stay with that content flowing.
That's awesome. I was going to ask if you had like a team of guys with you now.
I'm fortunate enough too. At first it was just me and Shell. We were doing everything from our house, and just over the years it's grown, and I've got to add some team members to really help us out with production and to improve the quality on stuff and just to do a better job. But it's full-time work, man. It really is.
No, I totally believe that, and it's easy way to get burnt out when you're doing that. When it's just you and you and your wife there, and it's like, okay, but you keep grinding and you get to a point where you're like, okay, we can do this, and it is the right move. It's for us moving into the studio really saved probably our friendships, to be honest with you, because I think there were certain people over here that were just tired. They were so tired of the editing side and everything else. But I was going to ask you just kind of where you started with the barbecue and the flavor profiles. I mean, I feel like you've always kind of held true to who you are and the flavor profiles that you like, but you've definitely expanded out there. And just from that point on, to where you are now, do you kind of see this evolution of barbecue just keep evolving? I mean, as far as like we're at a point now where you have sweet is as sweet has been in for a while. I feel like in my heart it's fixing to change a little bit, and you're going to see a lot more of the vinegar. A lot of things that you guys do is becoming more and more and more popular just on the flavor profile for some of the meats. So is there any new things you guys are working on or trying to expand on?
Well, yeah, I'm always trying to play with new stuff, and I mean, I stick true to my roots because I'm from the Memphis area, so that that's a region of where barbecue is really strong. It's got those southern roots. We've always done little sweet, but we have the dry rubs that come in that really plays a big part of Memphis barbecue. And then it's a tomato based sauce, and it's not as sweet as like a Kansas City, but it brings in some of that vinegar element because that Memphis style kind of developed from the Carolinas as people migrated over this way and they started cooking. They turned it into their own Memphis thing, but being so pork centric, that's kind of where it came from. And but I think now, since barbecue has become really mainstream, you're seeing these different regions cross over a lot. So it's not unusual for me to be cooking Texas style. It's not unusual for me to bring out a spicy vinegar sauce and just do that mop on some pork, or even to get out west to California and do some of their Santa Maria style cooking. I think you're seeing people are really getting into barbecue more and more, and they're liking this outdoor lifestyle cooking, getting out of the kitchen, getting out there over open fire, whether it's a pit, a pellet grill, a Santa Maria grill, like open flame, or even, the pizza ovens and the Blackstones are getting big now. People are just liking cooking outside. And I think, like, from where I'm at, doing a little bit of all of it and just getting to play around with these different flavors and try new things, it really gives me a lot of creative freedom to explore it. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've got some new seasonings and sauces and things that I'm working on, just to see how they do. I mean, I haven't got anything really ready to go to market or anything, but I'm always, trying to up the game.
Yep. No, the color on y'all's on that killer hog, and I don't know if it's y'all's AP, but that red, man, that just red when it hits, no matter what you're seasoning, it just looks so freaking good. And I don't know why that's the color nowadays that everybody goes for. I think because it looks good when it hits.
Amazing.
I mean, I know why, but I see a lot of everybody else just trying to hit that red, right? And how to, how you're able to, get it so deep or so bright. I've done a lot of research into this and looking at like paprikas. And it's almost like a I don't know what they call it, but it's not a season. It's like a mixture that you're able to mix with your seasonings to brighten things up that a lot of people don't ever talk about or whatever else. But again, like I look at, because we live in Texas and everybody's looking for that Texas bark, right? That real bark on whatever. And it's pepper forward, obviously, whatever else, but the charcoal rubs are becoming just so popular in competition too, just to help just kind of solidify what that bark should look like if you're not able to obtain it over, we don't have 18 hours to cook a brisket. Everybody's cooking a brisket in 6 to 7 hours, So
I got that question today on, it came up on my podcast. It was like, what are these guys doing to brisket now? They all look like a loaf of bread. They're cut down, they're trimmed down. The gentleman that asked it wanted to know why. And it's simply because people don't have the time to spend that 17, 18 hours to cook that full packer brisket. They're wanting to get the best of it. And that kind of goes back to where you're talking about those colors in my seasoning. That all came from competition barbecue. The first thing that we were judged on any barbecue competition is the appearance, what it looks like. And I know the score is not as heavily weighted as, flavor and texture or whatever, but it's part of that score. So you've got to take the look of that product into consideration if you're wanting to be the best. And so we developed a way, and I did exactly what you mentioned with the paprikas. There was a spice store. I don't think it's in business anymore, but it was in Memphis. It was called Penzies. And they must have had 8-10 different paprikas. And I would buy all of them. All of them had different depths of a redness to them or a different color. And what I figured out was I could take the sugars that I was using, and I didn't use just brown sugar. I used like regular white sugar, brown sugar, and a turbinado, a raw sugar. Yep. And I would play with different mixtures of that paprika in the sugar by itself. And I would actually take my hands with gloves and I would rub that sugar in that paprika, trying to pull those colors off and change it and change it. And what I was doing is that paprika really doesn't melt. It doesn't go anywhere. It just leaves the color. But once you get that stain, if you've ever picked up paprika in your hand, it'll stain your hands. Yep. And so what it was doing, it was staining those sugars. And as those sugars melt, it was really putting that beautiful color over the meat. And when I saw that, I was like, man, I'm onto something. And that's when I started bottling my products. I told the guys, I was like, look, on this recipe, it's not just an amount of an ingredient in it. I do a process, and we're going to have to figure out a way to get this color to come forward, because that was what was important to me over anything, was the look. I mean, I wanted it to taste good, but barbecue's inside the box on those flavors. You know, everybody wants it to have, you know, the right balance of salt, of sweet, of the herbs and stuff that's in it. But it's also got to look good once it's cooked. And so that's what I started with the barbecue rub. And I've always put that into consideration when I'm making something. How can I take that process and get the most out of it? And it's the same thing guys are doing with briskets now. They're cutting these briskets down, but they're beautiful. When you see that brisket, it's got the bark all around the edges, and every slice is uniform. And when you cook it in 5-6 hours, which you can do because it's cut down, it's just the perfect product. And you can use just about all that brisket. You're not going through that whole pack or just trying to find 7 slices. You're able to get them right there, all 1, 2, 3, 4, right after each other on that little brisket flat. And I think that's what you're seeing a lot of days in barbecue. That's what's winning anyway.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. And it takes a little bit of the guesswork out, because they know exactly where it's like the money slices, right? They're all sitting right there. And then, you know, because they are separating, and these guys are buying full packers, and they're going to cut down, but they're going to separate, and then they're going to take the fat side or your point, and they're going to make that, and that's going to be your burn inside.
Yep.
And those have they're almost, a lot of times they're cooked side by side. And, you know, because if you want, you can serve, you know, a string of burn ends on the front of that box, you know, so the judges have, you know, one opportunity to go in, so they can go in and pick up a piece of that slice, or they can pick up that burn end. And I can't imagine anybody skipping over that burn end. I just can't. Right. So yeah, I mean, you're met with this beautiful box, and the plating looks so perfect because the brisket's been cut down just to fit that box, you know. And then you're met with this big old juicy burn in just right there, and it looks so good. And you're like, well, I know where I'm going with this, right? And it just hits. I mean, I don't know. I mean, these are tips and tricks these guys are putting out right now, and social media has really, I mean, it's been the fuel. It's why it's become so popular. It's also a reason why our meats cost so damn much, because everybody's trying to buy a damn Wagyu brisket now. It's ridiculous. Just saying.
It's drove, you know, I like to think that the popularity of social media and how popular competition barbecue cut, it's drove the price of everything up except for seasonings. Like, they won't let us raise the prices on those.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody's about the same price on seasonings, which is crazy, but the meat has gone sky high. You know, the price to play in a competition now it's way more than it was used to. I could do a barbecue contest for under $500. That included entry fee. And now, you know, you're going to spend probably $1,000. And, you know, that ain't including if you have to get a hotel room or anything like that. It's the price to play has definitely went up.
Mm-hmm.
No, it really has. We just did one here. We did a local cook off, and I think it cost $850 by the time I got done. And I was like, man, what just happened here? I mean, like back in the day, the bar cook off, I mean, I could enter a competition for $200 and go buy some meat, and I was probably $300 all in, or $325 all in, you know. It's just
back in my day.
Yeah.
That shows my age. Yeah, you can see the gray in this beard.
Yeah, we're right there with you. Trust me. Yeah. No, that's great, man.
So, are you doing a lot of competing now, or back in your busiest days? I don't know what it is, like how many you were doing back before, or how many you're doing now. Like, what's that look like?
Yeah, well, back in the day, we were averaging 20, 25 a year, which was pretty tough schedule with work and everything. But now, man, I don't have the time to go out and just do the contest anymore. So what we started doing was, sponsoring a few teams, helping out helping, donating money to contest, and then putting on our own contest at the shop for kind of a local community type stuff. And so that's where I've been spending my time doing stuff like that, kind of on the opposite side. I look at it as more giving back. Back I know how hard it was when you were getting started and finding those dollars, and I know how expensive it is now. So any little bit helps these guys that are coming up. And so, me and Shell, we try to give back as much as we can and help out, and just to keep the sport going. And I do get to get out and visit and do some judging and stuff like that. And I still enjoy it. We do a lot of competitions at our shop, just in the office, and those are the ones that get real competitive between the team. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, I miss those days. I wish I could, take out on Friday and go to spend the weekend at a contest and, do it weekend after weekend after weekend. There were some stretches where you could do, 10, 11 in a row. And that's a long, having a kid's tough and running a business is tough. I just don't have the time that I would need to do that right now.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I saw you guys have a burger cook-off coming up. That's at your shop?
Yeah, we did that. I think we just did a chili. We got a taco contest coming up pretty soon. That'll be the next one. But yeah, we do all different kinds like that. We try to mix it up where it's not just traditional barbecue stuff, and it's really done great for the local community because we're getting people to come out and see a side of a sport that they might not do if it was ribs, brisket, and chicken.
Right.
A lot of people get overwhelmed with that, especially getting started, because they don't think they have a chance because there's so many great cooks out there. But when you throw out burgers or you throw out chili or you throw, some of these other things that there aren't just people traveling around the country, going to every little town, racking up trophies and money, they think they have a chance. And it's been with the participation, and it's been really good.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, maybe I can't do a brisket, but you know what I can do? I can make a damn burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can cook a burger.
Come on.
Right.
I love that.
Plus, you get to hang out with Malcolm. So
I know.
Win. That's pretty badass. So you have an anniversary you just had too? Is that right? Was that the shop had its 1 year anniversary?
Actually, well, I think this will be our 4th year anniversary. Actually,
oh, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it's coming up. Actually, it's March. Yeah, coming up.
Well,
so we're excited. We're just blessed to still have the doors open, man. in this today's economy with the way prices got with everything, it's been a little tough to hang in there, but luckily barbecue has trucked on through it and it's steady growing.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think you're mistaking this for the first time we had Malcolm on when
it could have been.
It just got the shop. The shop was
brand new.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's weird, John.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
You don't remember.
Yeah.
It's
not that
time
weird.
flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It does, man. No, man. Hey, listen, I love to watch you just on YouTube. I think I mean, obviously anything, right? But the YouTube is my favorite. It's awesome to watch you navigate. You have a smooth way of just explaining what you're doing, how you're doing. It's not easy. It's not easy to be in front of a camera. It's not easy to keep the words together and just what's going on in your mind. But you always come across so calm and so relaxed. It's very easy to. I mean, I don't want to say this out loud, but I've spent hours of my time at work watching a lot of these videos, man.
You might not have to quit your job. You might just
geez. But no, I mean, it's just a cool delivery, man, and is something obviously you work on or whatever else. But is there any secrets out there that you want to share for somebody that's trying to get into, hey, I want to be in front of the camera. I want to be able to do something, like you're cut and pasting, and I'm not sure how you do it. Is there anything else you want to share?
Well, so I had zero training doing this, and I was like anybody else starting out. It was not natural. If you would go back and watch some of the old, I've been doing this for, man, I don't know how many years now.
I remember. Yeah.
It's probably 15 or so making YouTube. And those were raw. I mean, we didn't edit. We didn't do anything. I was just in my yellow kitchen and I was kind of cutting my teeth and didn't even know it. But I think what helped me the most was with Rochelle's guidance, she just wanted me to be myself. She wanted me to talk like my buddies were there and how we talked when we hang out. And so when I kind of that clicked with me, and I was like, you know what? That's the easiest way to do it. Excuse me. And so that's what I did. I kind of found that voice to where it's just like us sitting here talking, having a podcast, having a conversation. If I can do my videos like that, it seems natural. It is natural because that's the way I am. If you meet me and hang out in person, I'm going to cook the same way that I do on video. And it's not like you're having to act. You're not having to put on. If you mess up, you mess up, and you just go in there and be yourself. And don't worry about. I mean, a lot of people, and I did it when I first started. You get caught up in the comments and the negativity, and everybody's different. And I think that's what resonates with people in barbecue is like people, they want to see original. They want to see real. They don't want to see something overly produced, overly put on, somebody putting on a show the whole time. I mean, I throw in funny stuff, but that's how I am with my buddies. I have little sayings that I say sometimes, and we all do, we all, pick on each other and have stuff we say. And that's part of it that makes it feel real, makes it feel authentic. And I think it just resonates with people. And, and if anybody's starting out, be yourself, man. Get on there and just start. The worst thing you can do is try to overthink it and think you've got to be a certain way and edit a certain way and all that. Just start. Just get on there and be yourself and find your own voice, and it'll come to you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's about being genuine, I think, and people can tell if you're not, and you definitely are. Like some of the comments were saying, you've been a mentor to a lot of people. I know for me, when I go to look up how to cook something, if I see your video it's still the first one I'm going to click on, just because I feel like it's one of my buddies that I actually like tell me how to do something, and super knowledgeable, super, like you said, just genuine. I was going to ask, how do you come up with new ideas every week? Like we try to come up with stuff to cook, and I'm like, I'm gonna cook ribs again, I guess. And then the next week's like, I think I'll do ribs again, I guess. Right, I don't know how you come up with something new all the time. It's crazy.
Well, so I start with that. I mean, I try to keep a running list. I mean, everybody's got cell phones nowadays, and they have a note section on there where you can, if I'm scrolling through TikTok or YouTube, I'm watching videos, ideas just pop in your head. Or you see somebody else doing something, you can say, you know what if I did that, but I, did it my way, put a spin on it or something like that. So I'll kind of keep a running list. And then every year in January, we talked about that a little bit earlier, I'll sit down and I'll try to map out some of these ideas, at least the protein part of it. Like, maybe I'm going to cook beef tongue tacos around Cinco de Mayo or something like that. And I'll start working up some of those recipes. And that idea might just be a starting point. It may end up being something totally different, but it gives me a track and it gives me something to work towards. And so, I bet you I have 1,000 different ideas on my phone right now. So it's easy when you have a list that you can just go in and kind of pull and play from. But then you also play what other people are doing too. Like if you see something trending, sometimes I'll hop on there and I'll do something with that. Or, if there's always like Super Bowl, there's going to be people doing football type foods and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's easy to come up with something to go along with that or just different things. I mean, it's not as hard as it sounds. I mean, it can be overwhelming at first. If you sit down and say, I got to come up with the recipe right now, that's something different. I'm going to be stumped. If I didn't have that list to go to, I'd be sitting there just nervous over it and worried. But if I have a list that I can look at and spark some ideas, it just gets in my head and it comes out.
No,
that's good. If you got a list with 1,000 ideas, can we make that a shared note or something? That would be super helpful for me.
Right, just for you though.
right. Yeah. I won't tell nobody else.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Hey, is there anything that you've done this past year? Any dish or any seasoning? Anything that's like that you're the most proud of? It's something like, man, I did not think it was going to come out this good, but it's this good.
Let's see. There were several, but one top of mine was a fillet. I did it it wasn't anything complicated. It was just a garlic butter fillet. But anybody that tried it that was there will tell you that was the best fillet they've ever had in their life. And I don't know. I mean, it was just I cooked it on just a Primo ceramic grill. It wasn't anything crazy, but just the flavors of it. And I don't know if I just got lucky and got some good fillets for that. I just bought them at the store. It wasn't anything special, but it was phenomenal, man. It was one of those steaks that you will remember. You get that one steak and you remember it and you judge all other steaks by it. It was one of those type deals. And I did it last year. The video did really well. And that was one thing. Tyler, my social manager, he's like, man, you gotta do something with the filet this year. That one did so good last year, and I want to eat it again. You got to come up with another filet recipe.
He's
So
hungry.
I'll be dropping a filet sometime this year just because I got to try to top that one.
You're to
Nice.
feed Tyler. Tyler's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
We mentioned trends. Is there any trends in the past year or even the year before that were like, yeah, I love that trend. That was great. Or on the other end of the spectrum, any of them that you kind of rolled your eyes and were like, what in the hell are people thinking?
Man, I don't know why I waited so long to do smoked cream cheese. Have you guys tried that?
I did
Oh,
it
yeah.
today.
Dude, that's the only way to eat cream cheese.
So good.
It's crazy good, and you can top it with all kinds of stuff. And that was one that just, I don't even know why I didn't think of that. I was like, man, it's simple. There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
Just throw whatever seasons you want on a block of cream cheese, score it up, get it on some smoke, and it's good with just some crackers. But you can top it with all kinds of stuff. I did one with like it was like a bacon onion jam. And I was like, man, this stuff didn't make it 5 minutes when it come off the smoker. It was that good. And it's the most simple thing. It's one of the most simple things in the world.
Yeah. No, I think that's what a good barbecue is. You know, it's not overcomplicated. I think that's a problem we get into a little bit is we complicate things ourselves. And, you know, the meat, it's going to cook the way it's going to cook. You know, when you're smoking, it takes so much time to do it in, but it's not overly complicated or anything else.
Yeah.
And people get real cute with how many different seasonings they're trying to layer on and add on and whatever else. And it just kind of, it doesn't work in my opinion. And you come out with some hodgepodge flavor that is just, I don't know, it just takes you it takes you around the corner and you're like, man,
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to go that way, you know. Like I just simple, you know, is something that I've been kind of preaching here for a little bit, is just keeping it simple, keeping the seasoning simple. If you have a couple of seasonings, great, use them. We almost get kind of drowned it out in seasonings, and people get, I think they think, you know, that's the season I have to have in order to be successful, and it's not the case.
That's never the case.
You know, it's yeah.
I totally agree. You know, that's one thing all my videos, I'll tell people, man, use whatever you like. Don't just think you're stuck. Look at it as more of a technique or an idea how to cook whatever the feature is of that recipe. But as far as those flavors goes, if you start piling on all kinds of stuff, I've found that they'll cancel each other out. You'll end up with something that's not even remotely what you want.
Yep.
And so stick to stuff that you like. You know, keep it simple, man. That's the best way to put it. Keep it simple. You don't have to overcomplicate what we're doing. But a lot of it is just a technique on how to get to that end result. That's what you want to take. When I'm watching somebody's video, no matter if it's, you know, anybody, Matt, Heath Riles, any of these guys that I watch all the time, there's so many great cooks out there now. But just watch what they're doing and pay attention to how they cook it. Don't get caught up in you got to buy 5 different seasonings for this, you know, for this slab of ribs or whatever. I'm sure they're great. I wish everybody would buy the stuff I use. That's kind of how I pay my bills. But you don't have to. You can use, you know, you can substitute stuff as long as they're in that same realm. And even if they're not, your outcome may be better. So use it as an idea to spark off something and kind of follow the technique and learn from that and adapt it to your own, because that's what makes you a better cook. Following an exact recipe step by step, same ingredients, doesn't make you a great cook. Exploring and doing, you know, putting your little touch on it and all that makes you a better cook all the way around.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. We just had a cook off at the end of last year that we were in, that I actually flew it solo, and it kind of got my wheels turning there, because anytime you're doing everything by yourself, you gotta pare everything down to what you can do and do in a timely manner. And that was one thing that I took the ribs, and I just wanted to do a simple rub on the ribs. I'm not gonna lie, I did use some killer hog, but I didn't tell everybody that. We always hold something back, but it did sit on the table. I never put it up. It just sat out there. If anybody wanted to walk by, they could see that it was sitting there. But the color was fabulous. But I kept it. I mean, I kept it so simple, and I just almost I didn't go out. And normally, you guys go out and we buy the Blues Hog, or we'll buy the Meat Mitch, and we'll buy something out there, just kind of give it an extra tang or something. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I went out and I purchased a bottle of Kraft honey hickory barbecue sauce, and I added some things to it, and that's what I used, and I walked away third place in that cook off in ribs. And my son had one. He showed up around when it was time for cutting, and I was like, "Great, you're here in time to do nothing but eat." So I love that. And then the rest of the family showed up, and everybody was having some ribs, and they're like, "Oh, it's really good. It tastes like it's just a good rib." There was
Yeah.
nothing that didn't knock their socks off, and I was like, "Well, it's what I have." I think I just added a touch of salt on top, and I just turned it in. And it just kind of once that third place hit, I just kind of thought, I was like, "Man, maybe I'm doing too much.
Over.
Maybe we're always doing too much." I
That's
don't know.
I mean,
Man.
that goes back to keeping it simple.
Yeah.
And when you're cooking like that, you're cooking something. Those are flavors that people know. That's what my mom did with barbecue sauce. She started with that Kraft sauce.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's all kinds of those sauces. Sweet Baby Ray's has a ton of them too. But those were sauces that people grew up with, and those are the ones that people would take and they would adjust and add to it, just like you did. And it resonates, man. But it's not, it goes back to simple basics and what people know. That was one of our tricks when we would go out of town, out of our region. We would go to the local grocery store. We would see whatever barbecue sauce was on sale, and we would buy a bottle because we knew people in that area were buying. Those judges were probably using that stuff at home because it was on sale.
Yep.
And so we would add that to our comp sauce to give it a little bit of that flavor. And it won more than you would ever think it would because it was something that resonated with them. And that was flavors that people knew. It's what they had at home.
Yeah.
So something that's going to be familiar, right? Familiarity.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be offensive, basically.
That's the whole idea, not be offensive. So one of our things that we want to do next weekend, we've got Austin Rodeo, which we're not going to do it there, but I'm not playing like that. But there's a few cook-offs that I don't mind, that I'm just going to go buy. I'm going to go get a bunch of McDonald's the barbecue sauce packets, and I'm going to get like 100 of them, and then we're going to make a sauce out of that, and we're going to turn it in. And we're gonna serve the perfect McRib. I don't know, man.
You got to let me know how that turns out, man, because I've never. That's out the box right there.
I know, man.
I guarantee you, people would know. People would pick up on that. What is that sauce? It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah. I've had that before.
You can put that on his list.
His
ideal list.
Yeah. Hey, there it is, man. I love that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man. So anything coming up for you? What's new? What do you got popping?
We're just getting ready to fire back up. I've got to go cook some videos tomorrow. I think I'm going to be doing a steak, and then I've got a few this weekend that I'm going to do some shorts just because I've been out of town and I got to catch up. But as far as upcoming things, I think there's a local wild game cook-off coming in town called Senatobi that's close to us that we went to last year just to cook something different. And it's a competition, but it's all game. I think it was like land, sea, and air type stuff, wild game, and we had a blast cooking it. We did pretty good. We didn't win it, but we got a couple calls on it last year, and it was something that was just different than barbecue.
Right.
So we'll probably do that again. And then of course there's the Memphis Amazing Smoke Slams coming up in our area. Those are the big contests, in the Memphis area. But there's state contests all over. I mean, I don't know if I'll make it to a few of them. My son got into it, so he likes cooking steak. So I might see if he wants to break his grill back out and take him and try to get him, fired up to be out there cooking. But that's just what we plan on doing. Of course, we got some stuff going on at the shop, but it's gonna be a fun year.
Nice. No, that's badass. Really quick, not really quick. That's a horrible way to say shit. Hey, if you don't mind, can you share a little bit on just the seasonings you have out right now, and kind of their profiles?
Yeah, well, man, of course I've got the ones I've had forever, and it's the barbecue rub. That's the one that's got the color that everybody likes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's it's just a competition barbecue rub that's non-offensive. It leans a little on the sweet side. And so I came out with the AP after that, and that's my all-purpose. It's that salt, pepper, garlic blend with a little bit of herbs to it that just gives it goes on anything. I mean, I've had people tell me, yeah, it's great on barbecue, but we use it on our eggs in the morning, or if we're making vegetables, we use that. So it's kind of that savory note, that combination of the spices that you use every day in your spice cabinet. And that's what it was. But then I needed a hot rub, so I came out with my hot rub, which is a version of the barbecue rub, but I pulled back the sugar and I replaced it with white pepper, black pepper, some cayenne, the heat element. and pulled off the sweetness. And so it kind of gives it a really good color, but it leans more savory instead, savory and heat. And it's not, I call it hot, but it's not like a burn you down chili head hot. It's just spicier than your average competition barbecue rub. And then I got into steak cooking, so I come out with a steak rub, and then I fell in love with Texas brisket, and I come out with my version of a TX. I call it the TX. It's a Texas rub, which y'all know, being in Texas, it's coarse. It's that coarse ground, heavy mesh black pepper with the salt, and basically that's all it is. I mean, it's nothing. There might be a few other little herbs in it just to give it something, but it's primarily heavy salt and pepper, which is great. I don't know why people buy it, but people love it. I mean, it does. I mean, it does put a beautiful bark, a Texas bark. It gives you that crunch, that hill country Texas brisket look on stuff. But then I got to playing, getting out of the barbecue realm. I launched some seasonings that was other stuff I was cooking at home. So, we cook a lot of Mexican food. So I come out with my Grande Gringo. And then we cook, we cook Italian. I've got my Italian stallion, and I've got a Gyro Hero, which is my version of a jalapeno Greek rub, kind of crossed over, picked up some spice. You typically don't see that spice in a Greek seasoning, but there was one, most people probably know, it's called Cavender's. I think it was made in Arkansas years ago, and that was just a standard Greek rub you would find in grocery stores. There's a big Greek influence in Mississippi cooking. Down in the Jackson area, we've got a lot of people come down there that were Greek, that started restaurants, and that just kind of migrated out. And so we use that on a lot of stuff. And then let's see, I did a chili seasoning. I think that rounds out. I did a bird brine, which is it's like a turkey brine that we sell during we sell it year round, but it sells the most during the holidays when people are doing turkeys. But that kind of rounds out, I think, my dry seasonings. And then I've got some sauces. I do like a competition sauce. It's the barbecue sauce. And I do a vinegar sauce, which is kind of a take on a sweet and spicy vinegar sauce. It's thinner, really great flavor profile. You get those elements of like a Carolina style vinegar sauce, but then it adds back some sweetness to balance out that acidity, and it has some heat in it because those Carolina sauces are often just salt, red pepper, and vinegar. So you need that element of that spice in that sauce. And then the white sauce it's an Alabama thing where it started. And it was Big Bob Gibson's restaurants. I know you guys have probably heard of Chris Lilly.
Oh yeah.
That's his family. They started that white Alabama sauce. And I said, well, if Chris can have a Alabama white sauce, why can't I have a Mississippi white sauce? So I did my version of it, which I just, tuned it up my style. It's a little sweeter. It's not as acidic. It's still a mayo-based white sauce. I did a couple hot sauces, like a bottled hot sauce, just for eating on chicken, stuff like that. So, and then I come out with, let's see, I got to go back because I did some Walmart exclusive stuff to try to solidify my Walmart deal. They wanted some exclusivity on a couple rubs, so I did like my take on a seafood rub. I call it offshore buttery seafood, and then I did they wanted like a rib rub, so I said I can design y'all a rib rub if you want exclusive rights to it. And I only did it for like a year, so I don't know if they know this, but that contract's only 1 year, so I get to start selling it now.
Nice.
So those will be coming to the regular market pretty soon, I'm sure. But it grows, over the years. I've been doing this a while, and so I never launched all of them at once. It's been, over these years that I've been doing this, we've just come up with these products and tried them out. Some of them work, some of them don't, and I've been really fortunate with it to get some distribution and to get to spread them around to make them available to people.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, it does take a little, there's always luck in some things, but I don't think that's what makes you obviously successful or whatever else. I think that, the grind is the grind, and you guys have definitely stood the test of time, and that says something right there. And I was going to say, we actually had your vinegar sauce out this weekend, and we're playing with some profiles right now just for this upcoming cook-off, and so we've been doing a bunch of practice comps just in the backyard, timetables and everything else, and we're kind of using a little bit of infusion here and there. And your rub, we have a lot of neighbors came over and they tried sauces, and every time that vinegar rub came out, hands down, they were like, yes, that's the one. Yep. No, that's the one right there. and it didn't matter what order you put it in, didn't matter anything. It just yes, yes. Oh, that's the one right there. And it didn't matter what they said about the first 2 or 3 or 4, right? They were like, I like that one right there. So I that's just a fucking awesome just moment right there for us. We're like, it helped us solidify what we're taking to Austin.
Yeah.
But but for you, man, I mean, like, dang, it's a badass bottle of sauce, man.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it, and I hope it helps you win you some trophies and checks. That's the main thing when you're out there on that competition trail, man. I hope it helps.
No, listen, for us, we don't take ourselves too serious. Obviously, we want to win, but it's not like it used to be for us. Where it had to be like, it was we pour our heart and soul into everything we do or whatever else, but it just meant it was just, I don't know, it was different back then for us. Now we've all kind of grown up.
That was our only barbecue outlet back then.
Yeah,
really.
it was. Yeah. And and you always had to prove it, like, and it's like now I don't feel the need to have to prove it anymore or whatever else. I mean, I still want to compete. I still want to win. And when I'm out there, I'm a hard person to deal with. And it's there's a light switch that hits. And I'm become very bossy and I don't mean to be and whatever else. And we've had some success at Austin Rodeo already. So I think it's going to be a great cook-off. We've got some new rubs, some new new methods that we're kind of showcasing, stuff that we haven't really done before in a competition, but we've been doing now for the last couple of years, just in the backyard. And one of the things that I've been trying to preach to my brother and probably to John too is just I don't want to cook to what I think somebody else likes. I want to cook to what I like, and you can watch videos and get caught up, in what's on their table and what they're doing, whatever else. But at the end of the day, if I don't like that flavor profile, I'm not going to run it. And it's just, I know what I like. And when I like it and when I see it, I'm like, yes, that's what I want to serve, So maybe it's a little arrogance there or not, but it just is what it is. So hopefully it does well.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, good luck, man. I hope y'all
Yeah.
kill it out there,
Yeah.
man. I
Yeah.
miss those days. I truly do.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to come down and hang around, you're more than welcome.
Now, see, that's more my speed. I'm good at coming in and holding the beer.
Yeah.
I can hold the timer.
We'll have all the beers.
Come on, man. Hey, John works for Southwest, so we'll get you a ticket. I guess
there you go.
This will see you Thursday.
Yeah, pick you up at the airport.
Perfect. All right. Hey, that works.
When you're not barbecuing, what's the go-to meal?
Man, well, I live in a little town called Hernando. I think we have, in the small town, we have 7 Mexican joints, so we usually end up at one of those. So
that's my favorite,
that's just
man.
a typical thing, man. I love it, but I like all kinds of food. I've been. I mean, as I'm getting older and realize I need to drop a few pounds, I've been trying to eat a little better. So Shell's good about, we need protein and we need to eat more vegetables. So we kind of try to back off the carbs through the week. I save my cheat stuff for the weekend where I could really enjoy it, and with a few brews. So that's I've been trying to do pretty good, but it's hard to pass up a good ribeye steak, man. That's probably my go-to though. If you had to ask me what I want for dinner, I'm gonna say steak and potato.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Good. Yeah.
Hey, I know we're up against it.
It's at La Siesta. Somebody gave it a shout out in the comments. That's awesome.
Oh, there it is.
That's my jam.
Yes.
Johnny Meggs. I think you're coming up on his podcast here in a couple weeks. I was talking to him today. So
no, that's awesome. If you want to go ahead and tell the folks where they can find your seasonings, if they want to stop by your shop there in town, where can they find you?
Absolutely. So if you're in the Hernando area, man, we're on 496 Whitfield Drive. It's the Malcom shop there, and I've got all my stuff and a bunch of my buddy's stuff that we sell there. It's not the biggest grilling store it is, but we've got everything you need to cook with, so you can get all your supplies and things. But you can also find us at HowToBBQRight just about anywhere. It's HowToBBQRight, HowToBBQRight.com. That's the website. You can order from that, but you can also check out our videos and stuff on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, How to Barbecue Right. And then we're in a lot of local stores. So If you have a Kroger near you, you can find us. If you have a Walmart near you, Academy's big in Texas. We're in the Academies, some Ace Hardwares, and we have stuff all over. So I appreciate everybody that supports us, man. It helps, and man, y'all keep on cooking. That's the main thing.
There it is, man.
100%. Hey, we appreciate you. We love the products. We love the podcast. We love the YouTubes, all the stuff. And we really appreciate you jumping on with us again, brother.
100%.
Man, anytime, guys. Y'all want to talk, man, y'all give me a shout. I'm glad to do it. I love it. I love talking shop and just sitting down having a good conversation. I love what you guys are doing. So y'all keep it up and good luck out there on the trail.
Thanks, you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Have a good night.
We'll see y'all.
Dude, he's so awesome, man.
The best.
I know, man. It's crazy. Like, I can't believe we got him on second time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that he just forgot about the first time.
Yeah, he probably did.
Or if it's just because I send an email every week.
Yeah,
every week for 3 years, and finally like, fine, we'll come back on the show. I've had enough of this.
Listen, that's it. That there's a lesson right there.
Perseverance.
You want to be successful. It's all about what is it? Consistency, right? Be consistent. We're going to consistently hound you until you come on the show. No, that's not true. Hey, listen, we're big fans of Malcom, and definitely gracious that he was able to come on the show. So that guy is going to have 50 seasonings and 50 rubs and sauces out, because that's what he was. He is a creator, and you can tell. So just phenomenal.
Yeah, he does a great job, and we definitely appreciate him coming on the show. Speaking of the show, today's episode is brought to you by Chicks That Smoke Spicy Barbecue Seasoning, our favorite versatile seasoning that elevates any dish, from smoked meats to roasted veggies, even popcorn. Whether you're grilling, smoking, or cooking in the kitchen, Chicks That Smoke will kick up the flavor. Chicks That Smoke Spicy Barbecue Seasoning, available at sucklebusters.com or through the link in the episode description. Also at a lot of Ace Hardwares and Shields and a lot of other places. Check it out. We love it. We use it.
We do use it.
Yep.
You can get back to this beer real quick?
Yeah, mine's empty. I don't know if I should open another one, or we just want to talk about the one that I already drank.
I mean, do whatever you want to do.
Do you need another beer? Or are you good? You're good.
I've got two.
All
I have two going right here.
I just had such a good. Let's just talk about what we got. Yeah. This was good, bro. This was really good. This is really good.
You're on the cusp. You're like, I don't know if I like it at first.
I didn't think I was gonna like it at all.
Yeah.
I was like, normally you get these salt and lime, and it always has like a. We've used this term before, a wet tortilla taste.
Right.
This did not have that. No, it has a little bit of salt and a little bit of lime, but other than that, it's just a smooth ass lager that makes you want to get in a kiddie pool.
Yeah, but you're picking up. But you pick up the. It's weird you say
that. Are we
that.
right, Raul?
No,
Hey, man, I got a couple of questions.
You got to stop saying that.
One of the questions right off the back
Yeah.
is, what is a wet tortilla? I had never heard that explained as a beer flavor.
Yeah, it's like a wet tortilla chip, but not wet from like salsa, just like it got wet. That's
like a stale tortilla.
Wet. That's not right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there another question, or is that right?
No, that's it.
Kiddie pool it is.
Yeah. Okay. I wish we'd stop saying that. Listen, the beer is really good. It does have that fresh lime taste, and that's what's throwing me off, because I didn't put anything in this, but it does have a fresh.
Yeah, it's not artificial.
Right? Yeah,
it doesn't taste artificial.
And then there is the salt, right? The salt does come in through. It's like you're ordered a dressed beer, kind of. You know?
But it tastes. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Really good beer.
It's like a dressed lager, though, because normally you don't get that.
But fine.
It's good.
Lagers.
Right.
I mean, like a Dos Equis is a lager.
Yeah, I guess I meant like an American lager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so do you have a score or no?
I do have a score. It's in my head.
Right.
Ooh, do you want me to give it?
I'll go first.
It's crisp, delicious.
Let me go first.
I'm gonna write down.
Okay,
I
so
don't want you to sway me.
I'm going to give this an 8.8. This is a really, really good beer. It's so drinkable. I feel like you could have 3 or 4 of these on a hot day and go, all right, yeah, I'm good to go drive the kids to school. I'm good to go do whatever you need to do. You know what I mean?
You sound ridiculous, because kids don't have school in summer.
Well,
is it a breakfast beer?
No. This is like I don't know, like a 9 a.m. beer. You had breakfast. You're about to mow the grass. It's a little warm outside. Let's pop a top. Let's get on that mower and go.
Yeah, you've just finished your Bloody Marys, and now you want to have that first beer. This is probably it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There it is.
8-8. I said
9-1.
9-1.
There it is.
This is delicious. I will definitely drink some more of these. I really like this. I like it a lot. It's delicious. It's crisp. Like you said, all the stuff you said was accurate. So I'll just piggyback on that a little bit.
The only thing better it could have been had it been maybe like a 5 point something.
Yeah, a little higher alcohol, but yeah, I don't know. This is an
4-0.
all day long drinker.
It's a 4-0.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe if it tastes the same and it's like a 6.0, then maybe it's a 9.5. Maybe it's a 9.6. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know. Nobody knows. Okay, we got a barbecue win / barbecue fail from Grillin' James, and he says this: did an 18-pound turkey on a rotisserie for the first time, trying it. Turned out perfect despite the power going out and having to rotate it by hand. And on top of cooking vegetables, studying, and cooking potatoes on the grill, everything came out great. Nothing but pressure to get it right for 10 people! Exclamation point.
Dude, that's a barbecue win. Like the electricity goes out. He's out there turning the whole
Cranking
thing
it with his
by
hand.
hand. He's got a book in one hand studying, right?
That's so funny.
Dude,
The way
that-
he listed the stuff he had to do that, I was just like, wait a minute, what? You
Well-
cooked veggies, studied, and did potatoes. It's just a weird way to
Right.
list it, I feel like.
damn, dude. Hey,
But hey,
yeah.
James, that's freaking awesome. Way to crank it out, I guess. You get it right.
Yeah.
Hey,
What do you win?
hey, listen, hey, that is a barbecue win. I don't know why the power was an issue, but it just was. You adapted, you overcame, and you're a winner. So it's suckabusters. Everybody wants some suckabusters. That's right. You've won yourself a bottle of your, maybe a suckerbuster you don't know, right? Go online, look at all the suckerbuster seasonings out there. They've got 100 of them. Pick one, try it out. It's on us. We definitely appreciate you sharing, because that's how we're getting better. And this is what it takes. This is what it takes to win right here, is you adapt and you overcome. Power goes out. He goes, no, I'm going to go crank that damn wheel by myself. I'm turning the pit. This rotisserie is going because of me. And
Perseverance.
that's what it is. It's amazing.
I'd like to know more about the turkey. Did you inject? Did you brine? What'd you season it with? Did you you didn't spatchcock. You can't spatchcock and then put it on a rotisserie.
That'd be weird. That'd be weird.
Okay. Anyways, hey, if you want to send in your barbecue win, your barbecue fail, your barbecue questions, your barbecue stories, whatever it is, a recipe you want to share, we can share it. Call us at
Hold on.
43. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. 434.
434-829-2299, or you can send us an email, info@grabmandabrisket.com. Head to our website, grabthebrisket.com. Any of those places, or our social medias. Send it in. We want to hear from you.
We'd love to hear from you. Got our boy Austin Johnson just wrote in and says, what up, guys? Y'all ready for barbecue, Austin?
We're ready, as we'll ever be.
Dude, we're about to send it. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, the answer is, are you ready, Austin? All right. Are you ready for this little shindig to start up? Because it's about to get real, man. Shit's about to get real.
Yeah. No more pretend stuff.
That's right.
Austin.
Yeah. Yeah. Take that,
Yeah.
Austin.
So there.
Hey, I'll see you there, brother.
It's gonna be fun, bro.
It's
gonna be
been a year, so let's do it.
Yeah, it's our yearly hangout. Hey, anybody else that's going to be out in the Austin area, come find us. We're going to be out there for the cook-off. It's going to be a blast. We got a big, huge setup, and we'll be moseying around from tent to tent, listening to the music and drinking some cold ones.
Oh yeah,
it's a blast. It's such a fun cookout.
Hey, time to get your jeans starched.
Yeah,
your cowboy hat out.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be something.
Yeah. Hey,
okay.
What would James say right about now? This is the part of the podcast.
Hey, it's good talking barbecue with you.
Peace.